Greetings, ladies. My name's Sam Frick. I'm the first assistant here at Tehama.
I'm Victor Valenzuela. I'm an assistant pro at Tehama.
And we are bringing you the first installment of our ladies instructional series called Back to Basics. So at Tehama, there's a lot of very peculiar and unique scenarios that you find yourself in on the golf course. I think one of the most common is having a lie that is uneven. And more often than not, we find that both ladies and men aren't really sure how that lie impacts their setup. And the way you set up to that shot is absolutely everything. To me, it boils down to finding balance. Just like we do in every other aspect of our lives, whether it be walking, running, jumping, playing, we find balance. We seek to strive, we strive for balance. And in golf, it's no different. So Victor, let's talk about how we should approach a shot when we have a steep uphill lie. So this is the fourth hole at Tehama, and we're about 100 yards out. And Victor, go ahead and show us what that stance would look like normally. So you can see that Victor's weight is kind of on his back foot, and his shoulders are pretty level to the hill. And if we ask Victor, where do you feel most of your weight right now?
I would say on my right side, since I'm right-handed, I would say my trail side.
Okay, so if I take the club away and I ask you to find balance, how would you do it?
Well, putting a lot more pressure on my trail side, so I feel more of the weight there.
Yep.
But I feel like I want to have my weight this way.
Right.
On my lead side.
So if you're trying to find a balanced position just standing there, it's not going to be with all your weight on your right foot. It's going to be with your weight on your
left foot.
Left foot.
Yep.
Okay, and in golf it's the exact same way. So when he moves his weight to his front foot, it also changes where the ball position should be. So instead of having the ball in the middle of his stance, the ball's actually going to be moving a little bit further forward, exactly like that. So Victor, go ahead and show us what that swing might look like. So you can see that his weight's favoring his front side and the ball position's forward. All right, now we find ourselves in the opposite scenario, and that's where we have a downhill shot. So Victor, I'm going to take the club away again.
Yep.
So I want you to just explain to me how you would find balance in this kind of position where you have to hit down the hill.
Right, so again, I'm right-handed, so I'm going that way. Downhill's this way. So I feel my weight wanting to go down the hill. I'm going to try to counteract. I don't want to go tumbling down the hill, so I'm going to feel most of my weight on my trail side, which is opposite of what we did on the uphill.
Okay, great. So if the ball position is normally here for the regular shot, now we're going to move it back in his stance because that's where his weight is. So go ahead and show us what that setup and that swing looks like. You can see that his weight's favoring his trail side, and we've moved the ball position back. Okay, now we're in a position where Victor's found his ball on a side hill lie, and we're hitting that way, and the ball is below his feet. So I'm going to take the club away. Tell me how you would find balance in that particular situation.
Well, you know, there's a couple different ways, and maybe we can come to a consensus here. But so first off, again, I feel my weight wanting to go down the hill, so I'm going to try to counteract that by putting my weight, feeling like it's more on the heels, moving it back. The ball is below my feet, so when I swing the club on a normal plane, is going to come out to about there. I don't know if you can see it on camera. That's well above the ground, so I need to physically get lower so I can contact the ball like I want to. First thing that comes to mind is I can bend over more, right? I could try, I don't really recommend this, but I can grip a little further down the grip, you know, trying to make the club as long as possible. The other thing, and I like this a little bit better, and I think you'd agree, is we can squat. We can physically make our whole posture go down a little bit without messing up any kind of spine angle or swing path or anything like that.
Cool. That sounds great. So show us what that position looks like. Victor's going to physically get his body lower to the ground by squatting down a little bit. So his weight will be on his heels and his body is moving down. Very good. Okay, and finally we find ourselves in a position where once again Victor's on an uneven lie, but this time the ball is above his feet. So we're swinging that way, So Victor, go ahead and demonstrate for us how you'd find balance in that position.
Well, again, a couple different ways, and hopefully we get to one good solution here. One of the ways we can do this is maybe standing up a little taller, making ourselves a little taller. Again, making sure that the bottom of our swing isn't coming down behind the ball. We're not extending the club too long. I don't really like that, if I may. What I really like, since the ball is above our feet, means it's closer to us physically, right, in our stance. I'd like to take a normal stance like I normally would. Let's say be here. Well, I feel a little jammed, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grip just a few inches down, maybe about the middle of the grip. And now I take a normal stance. I can take a normal swing. I'll contact the ball well.
Where do you feel your weight so that you have balance on on a lie like that?
So again, I feel my weight going back down the hill towards my heels. So I'm going to compensate and put my weight more towards the ball or towards the toes of my feet.
Okay, great. So we can see that Victor's got his weight favoring his toes. He's choked down on the club. You can see that his hands are lower on the grip. Go ahead and show us the swing. Okay, so ladies, just to recap, when you find yourself on an uneven lie, just think about what you must do to find a balanced posture. If you're uphill, then your weight will favor your front foot. If you're downhill, your weight will favor your back foot. The ball position will change relative to where you're setting up. So if your weight's on your front foot, the ball position will move forward. And conversely, if your weight's on your back foot, the ball position will move back. Victor and I are really happy to provide these video series, and the whole intention is that we want more ladies to play golf. So we've got a few events coming up, and whether you're a lifelong golfer or somebody who's new to the game, we really want you to come and join us. So every Wednesday except for tomorrow, the ladies play at 9 o'clock, and there's going to be a 9-hole group that will play at 10 o'clock. On June 26th, there's a ladies guest day, and on June 27th, we are having a clinic that's free for members, and it will challenge every part of your game. So we'll work on putting, short game, and the long game. It'll start at 12:30, and we will meet for lunch prior to the clinic. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. I look forward to meeting you all, and have a great day.
Come see us on the hill.